he's playing very steady. He obviously had that win at the CJ Cup, Byron Nelson, and since his tie for 11th at the Corrales Punta Cana Championship, he's finished inside the top 25, Andy, in 7 of his 9 starts, including a tie for 16th at the U.S. Open. Obviously, very good finish there. Because of that, I mentioned the short-term factor here this week and who's playing well in a very, very short term versus the longer term. He ranks 3rd in this field in total strokes gained over the last 3 months in this field, which is obviously very good. He's got the right profile, I think, to contend here. He does hit it a long way. He ranks 15th in driving distance. It's not the most important attribute, but never going to hurt you. Very few, though, can roll the rock better than him. You mentioned putting and Zalatoris not being something that should be in the same sentence. This should be in the same sentence with Pendrith because he ranks 4th this season in strokes gained putting. So the guy can roll the rock and he can get hot with that thing and make a bunch of birdies. He also ranks 15th in proximity to the hole from 100 yards and in. And if he's bombing his driver, he's going to have a lot of shots right at that 100 number or less. And that's going to give him a ton of scoring opportunities. And he's proven he's one of the better ones on tour for being able to stuff a short wedge and then convert that into a birdie. He's been making birdies and putting up low scores all year. Again, quietly, he ranks 14th in adjusted scoring, and he ranks 15th in birdie average. And again, that's the entire PGA Tour. So if I actually went through that list and found out who was playing this week of the 14 or 15 ahead of him, I bet he's 3rd or 4th, right? I don't think there's many ahead of him that are actually playing this week. So to me, all those appeal even higher this week because of the strength of this field. Only 2 top 25 players in this field. And finally, he's got good course history here. He's played it twice. He actually finished co-runner-up in his debut 2 years ago, and then he followed it up with a tie for 14th last year. So I like Pendrith to contend, whether you want to put him on the outright marker, you want to play him in a top 10, top 20 matchups, whatever have you. I do think he's going to have a good week, and I do think he presents pretty good value to cash some sort of bet. But I think 35-1 compared to some other guys that I think have just as good a chance to win as Pendrith, but you're having to pay 20-1 or less. I think he's just got a great number this week.